Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 210, where we're going to talk about Marvel Phase 3 in the movies. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Charlie. What's up, Charlie?
Good morning, guys.
What's up, Gloria?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, so yesterday afternoon, the news broke, early afternoon, about all these wonderful Marvel Phase 3 movies. Now, as we talked about before, Captain America vs. Iron Man is going to be in Captain America 3, which is going to be Civil War, okay? That's going to be, I guess, the first movie of Phase 3. Right after, Ant-Man would be, and then it'll be, the next year will be Captain America 3, Civil War. Going by each one, Charlie, I want your thoughts on it and Gloria's thoughts on it. Do you think that Civil War right now is a good idea?
Yes, I think it's a good idea. I probably would have liked to see him push it off into the middle of Phase 3, but
Right.
I still think it's going to be a good one. I know it's not going to be like the comic books, but, don't expect it to be like the comic book Civil War, but
Right.
I'm all right with it where it is. Like I said, I would have liked it more to the middle, but. I'm all right with it.
Now, what about the key points of the comic book Civil War? Didn't, the most important things that happened in it? You want to tell the viewers?
Yeah, well, for those who haven't read it, spoilers, but in the comic book Civil War is basically about the Superhero Registration Act and how the heroes have to give up their identity. Take off their masks of sort and reveal who they are so that they can be registered with the government. And that causes a whole bunch of...
What really started them even putting that into policy in a bill was that the New Warriors superhero group of teenagers were doing a reality show, if you remember. Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right. I'm not completely familiar with the entire Civil War. I know the premise of it, so it's been a while since I've read it. It was a good series, from what I remember. How much are you into comics, there, Gloria?
Not many. I mean, I've read some back when I used to babysit my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Because he liked them. And but I mostly like them when they're turned into movies and stuff. Like I've seen all the Spider-Mans. I've seen the Supermans. I've seen Batman.
Right. It's
all
not a new.
over.
Yeah, using comic books to make as movies is not in any way a new thing, a new trend.
Yeah.
They've always had them scattered here and there. I mean,
Yeah.
even in the 40s we had like Batman and Captain America as the serials, the black and whites, either
Yeah.
and so they've been around for forever. Superhero, anything. I mean,
My favorite of comics into movies. I love the X-Men. I love the Captain America group, the Avengers, and I like Spider-Man and Batman.
yeah, Spider-Man is my big one. I've got a huge, extensive Spider-Man comic book collection.
Yeah, and then I also remember reading Archie comics.
Archie's a good staple, especially when you're a kid. I mean, I read
Yeah.
Archie when I was a kid.
Yeah, I remember that one. And then I also like Garfield, the Garfield comic strip.
Oh, Garfield, okay.
Yeah, I love Garfield. I'm telling you, those things crack me up. I
Yeah.
love the part whenever he does a strip where there's a strip where he's with Spooky, the teddy bear, or
Oh, yeah.
the spiders, because there's always little spiders in some of them.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, it's hilarious. And then how he acts with Odie, like
Right.
kicking him off the table and things like that. It's just, and the lasagna, his love for lasagna. I just love that whole comic strip.
Yeah.
Hilarious. And then the Peanuts. comic strip too.
I was gonna say I was more brought to the Peanuts or even Beetle Bailey when I read the when I read the Sunday comics or whatever it is. Those are the ones I tend to go for. But
I remember growing up watching the show, the cartoon, the Garfield and Friends.
yeah,
Also,
yeah. I
because
remember watching that.
and then now the newer things of Garfield, the TV show, the newer one, the new animated one, and then the movie, which is like he was.
I've never seen the movies. I don't recall the newer one, but I remember when I think it was maybe in high school that the other ones came out. So, I don't know. You didn't happen to watch the live view on the Marvel news, did you, yesterday, or?
No.
Probably not. And I don't think a lot of people knew about it. Yesterday, when they were releasing the names of the movies, they released Captain America: Civil War. It was one of the first ones that they released, and it was named. They were playing a trick on everybody. They played a trick and they called it Captain America Serpent Society, which if you're a comic book guy, you know that the Serpent Society is one of his one of the evil supergroups that he goes up against. So, which would have been an amazing. I think that's still an amazing type of movie, but I don't think that's something that they would go for. So that was kind of funny. I found that funny when they did that.
Yeah.
But hopefully Joe's coming back here soon. I mean, yeah, they also, they have Ant-Man on the slate. What's your take on Ant-Man?
I've heard about him, but I haven't watched anything. I've never read the comic or anything, but I've heard of him. Is he anything like Tickman, the cartoon? I remember that Tickman I think it was on Disney Channel or something, some kind of one of the kids' network. That my nephew watched it a couple times when I was babysitting him, and that Tickman movie or cartoon, it was really stupid. So if Ant-Man's anything like that, I probably wouldn't like it. But yeah. Okay, so I guess.
Yeah, sorry about that. I stepped up. Yeah, Ant-Man. I was interested. I was excited for this when it came out, and they pushed it back a little bit on the release date. I don't recall why right now, but still, I think it's a good movie for them to have, especially with him being part of the Avengers core team of the comic.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't know he was one of the Avengers.
Yeah, originally. Yeah, in the original Avengers comic, I mean, it's not. He doesn't start out as Ant-Man. He starts out as a Giant Man. But he's one of the core Avengers, along with like the Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor.
Those are the I'm familiar with because Avengers, I like them, but I've never read any of the comics of them. But I do know, like, the more popular ones of the Avengers, like
right.
Captain and the Hulk and Iron Man and Black Widow and those. But yeah, I really did love the Winter Soldier. My dad loved it too because I wanted him to see it with me because he likes those kind of action movie stuff. So
that's cool.
I got it, played it, and he liked it.
Good. Yeah. I know. My son loves all those kind of movies. So, and I took him to see Guardians of the Galaxy, and he absolutely loved that one.
I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that was such a great movie.
Yeah.
I guess let's just kind of move on. Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Tentatively been rumored that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be playing Doctor Strange, although they didn't announce that yesterday. at the show. They did announce the movie. I'm interested to see how Cumberbatch will play the character.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Doctor Strange?
I talked about it with Joe whenever he on the my last episode of our podcast of Everything Show. But yeah, I like Benedict, so I mean anything.
Right.
I think he'll do okay.
Yeah. No, I think he'll be fine. You know, sometimes it can be a bit of a tough thing doing comic books, and I'm gonna step off real quick.
But yeah, I like him. So I don't think I'll be against it because it's another thing of him. I haven't seen much of his acting just in Sherlock and Star Trek. So, but still, he's good in those. So I'm pretty sure he won't have any problem. But yeah, I don't know what else. I don't know what to talk about. I guess we can. I'll mention. I'm so excited about. There's going to be a fan movie. I mentioned this to Joe on the last Everything Show. I'm so excited about the Jurassic Park fan movie called Origins, and they're gonna go back to Isla Nublar, the first island that the first movie was based at, and it's got CGI dinosaurs. They're gonna film it in Hawaii. I don't know when the latest news, like when the teaser trailer for it was released. I don't know when it was, and I don't even know when they're gonna filming. It will be in Hawaii where they film it, and they actually filmed some of the footage already for the teaser trailer there in Hawaii on one of their trips. The ones that were making it. The guy that's making it is the French guy, and he did this thing where he's talking about the making of it, and talking about the CGI and everything, and it was pretty cool.
What are we talking about?
I was just I had to kind of talk because
everybody dropped out on you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know where Charlie left off.
I just started talking about Jurassic Park Origins a little.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay. I don't want to. I don't know where Charlie left off, and I apologize if I covered territory that he already spoke about. But
yeah.
the thing that started the Civil War was a group of teenagers who were in the New Warriors group. Okay, superheroes were irresponsible, and they were battling a supervillain team where it caused the villain Nitro had blown up and killed a preschool, I believe, of little children. And in the comics, that started where the government and Tony Stark had felt that superheroes could be worse than supervillains, irresponsible, and there needs to be some type of government mandate and some type of checks and balances where you're registered as a superhero, and if you do something wrong, you're bound by different laws, and you'll lose becoming a superhero. All these different things you have to register with the government, and you can't be a superhero unless you're registered. And that caused a stir with Spider-Man as well as Captain America and everybody. And the kicker was that Tony Stark had gotten Spider-Man. He helped him out with a lot of different things, and the thing is, Peter Parker always struggled. You know what I'm saying? He always struggled with money, and it was always times are hard, and he was still trying to be a superhero. So, he was struggling with different things, and he was married and all this stuff, and Tony Stark helped him out with a lot of different things, and I guess give him a place to live and all that stuff with, Avengers Tower, whatever, and he was an Avenger, and money-wise, I'm sure. And he was trying to be a mentor to Spidey, and Peter Parker, as a thank you, revealed his identity to the world to show that he's all for people, not everybody just being a superhero, that the government should be, but then he realized afterwards that was the biggest mistake to ever do. Like, people should just be superheroes, and it will be up to the older superheroes to, I guess, if they go out of line, they can take them down, but not necessarily that they have a law that mandates that you could be a superhero, you can't be a superhero, you have to be a government agent, all that stuff. And what happened was,
That's crazy.
yeah, and what happened was, in a way, Iron Man was like the bad guy, because Iron Man had developed a new suit for Spidey, but Spidey didn't know that he developed a suit where Spider-Man would never turn against Iron Man. Like, he would go against his spider sense, he would go against his powers, it would affect him and stuff like that. So it was like a betrayal. And also, too, because Peter Parker revealed his identity to the world, every single supervillain came gunning for Aunt May and Mary Jane. So they had no life. They had to stay in Avengers Tower and live there. And then when all of a sudden that partnership was broken up with Iron Man, there was no protection, which was really messed up, because even if they broke up as friends, Tony Stark should have kept them safe, okay? Because it isn't about egos, it's about doing the right thing. And Aunt May was shot by a sniper's bullet from an order from the Kingpin to kill Aunt May, because he knew that was his aunt, and he punished him as ruining his plans in the mafia, the mob, whatever, like the Kingpin. So he shot Aunt May, and Aunt May was about to die. So that, not to get into Spider-Man stuff, but that was a big part of Civil War. Now, in Civil War, Charlie, wasn't it, I don't know if he's there, but didn't Captain America die at the end of Civil War? I don't know if he's there. I'm not sure. I got my memories. I'm not really sure, but I think Captain America died at the end of Civil War. I'm not entirely sure, but then he was brought back later on. But Civil War, I'm not a fan of Civil War. I'm not, and I'm the one fan that was not a fan of Civil War, not a fan of the comics. I mean, I am not the type. I'm an old school comic book fan. Yeah.
From what you said about it, you did the description of it, I'm not a fan of it either.
I mean, not only that, but it basically made heroes versus heroes. And Iron Man was going after heroes, and they even hired villains to go after heroes, which was disgusting. Disgusting. They gave them government pardons. They hired villains to go after heroes like Captain America. It makes me want to throw up that wouldn't even take place. And I was not a fan of heroes going after heroes. I was totally against the whole entire thing. But I understood that they had to have some type of groundbreaking, shocking storyline. But I was not. To me, it left a bad impression in my mouth, and it destroyed the Spider-Man comics for a long friggin' time. In fact, we're still not even fully healed from that. It totally destroyed the whole entire Marvel timeline, because Spider-Man wound up making a deal with the devil to save Aunt May, and he altered the friggin' timeline, where he gave the devil, so to speak, of Marvel what he wanted by taking the holy matrimony of him and Mary Jane, and he erased history where 21 years of marriage to Mary Jane never happened.
What?
Yes. So he kind of spit on his wife there, and also Mephisto got the
after. It's like,
exactly. So, Mephisto got the soul of the unborn child that I guess she was carrying, which she was pregnant. Yeah, and he regretted it afterwards, and of course Mary Jane had to be a part of the decision, but she said to him, I don't want this, but if our marriage is going to be crap for the rest of our lives because you couldn't let it go about Aunt May, then I don't want to be in this marriage either. So it's like, it's like, you have the whole thing with Spider-Man was, with great power comes great responsibility. And if you're married to a woman for 21 years and your aunt is like 99 years old and she's going to die, you don't team up with a supervillain or a devil and undo your holy matrimony of your wife. That's like spitting on your wife. And when that was done, I felt, well, maybe the writer doesn't know what it's like to be married. Or the writer doesn't know what it's like, or has a girlfriend, because why would you friggin' do something like that? Or maybe the writer wasn't a Christian, or didn't believe in God. I'm like, how could you do something like that? So it's like, I was like saying, okay, she's, yes, Aunt May is like a mother to him, yes, whatever, but he has, with great power comes great responsibility. He let a burglar go, and the Uncle Ben died, right? He's not going to break that Bible rule of his comic. Like, you're not going to be irresponsible and abuse your power. You're not going to change the whole entire timeline to save your 99-year-old Aunt May. You're
and
not doing it.
And not just to be responsible and stuff, and not go against what the moral code of a superhero, what his duties are as a superhero, but also, you know, he loves Mary Jane. He wouldn't do that.
Well, he did, and she went along with it. And what happened was, Mephisto got the last laugh, and he's like, well, you know, this never happens, and I'm not going to remember it either, but guess what? I got the soul of your unborn child, because you were supposed to have another child, which I'll explain about his first child. But anyway, so he's like, haha, I knew, and he's like, no way, and it was changed. He wakes up in his freaking room in Aunt May's place, and she's making him wheat cakes, and nobody knows he's Spider-Man. Everybody's mind is erased of him being Spider-Man. And his powers are even different a little bit, like they're restored back to the way they were. I mean, he evolved where he shot webs through his hands without the web shooters. Now that was reversed. And, of course, you know, Mary Jane and him were not together. And next thing they know is they turn Spider-Man into being with every girl there is. It's like, are you kidding me? So, I'm not, again, I don't want it to turn into a Spider-Man thing, but Civil War also, Captain America dies, and it's like, are you kidding? You know, it's like, I was not happy with the comic. So now, we originally had Batman vs. Superman, and Captain America 3 was supposed to go up against Batman vs. Superman. Now they're doing Iron Man versus Captain America in Civil War, which it's all about, to me, it's not about the story. It's about, because Batman and Superman is happening, that's the only reason I feel that Iron Man's fighting Captain America, and I feel that Civil War should be not now at all. I mean, you're taking storylines that happened after the Infinity Gauntlet, and you're shuffling it around, and you're thinking that would be cool. It's not cool, because we shouldn't have anything to do with the Superhero Registration Act in the beginning of Marvel's. You know, we're only up to Phase 3. It should be like Phase 5.
Is there a way you could change that?
No, well, Iron Man's going to be the villain. Iron Man is going to be the villain in Captain America 3. He's going to fight Captain America, and I'm not happy with it. I'm also not happy with possibly killing off Captain America to make the Falcon become Captain America, just like in the comics. I mean, Captain America doesn't die in the comics, but something happens with the super soldier serum and becomes super old and weak. So we just started having Captain America with this guy. You know, I don't want this right now. I want him to just pay them the money and just do it already. Stop trying to save a buck and worried about whatever. Pay them the friggin' little money that you give them more, instead of worrying about having pay somebody less. That's what I feel the whole thing is about money. They make billions of dollars. They could afford to pay a couple million more. I mean, give me a break, Marvel. Marvel and Disney, they're going to be a bunch of shysters here. Just pay them the money, for crying out loud, and do it. You're going to be making $1 billion something. What do you care if you pay the guy $20 million or $30 million? It's absurd, you know? So that's what I feel what the whole point is with getting a She-Thor and a different Captain America and all that stuff, because they don't want to pay the actors the money, ultimately, I feel. But anyway, Civil War, we only started with Civil War. Civil War, Captain America Civil War comes out May 6, 2016. And that's enough talk about that. And of course, the Red Skull is not coming back. He was supposed to come back. They're going to wait till Captain America 4, possibly, if Captain America's still alive. I don't know. He's technically, the Red Skull is, if you've seen the first Captain America, Red Skull is on another planet leading a whole bunch of aliens, just like Loki. He's going to come back with this Nazi thing with these aliens. It's going to be weird. But anyway, the next movie is Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange on November 4th, 2016. Now, we talked about this on the last Everything Show, Gloria. What do you think of Benedict Cumberbatch? I mean, I think he's going to be fantastic.
Benedict's awesome.
He's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I think he'll do a great job.
I'm sure they're going to have the Ancient One, which trains Doctor Strange. I'm sure they're going to have Baron Mordo, which was another disciple of the Ancient One. They may have some Dormammu, which is like, you know, these demonic, mystical creatures that he fights and stuff like that. These like Doctor Doom types, but these big top villains. So I think Doctor Strange is going to be a massive hit. I think it's going to be anywhere between $500 and $700 million, I predict. And then we go to Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I love the group. It doesn't matter to me. It's going to be an instant hit. I know we're going to have new members. So I'm excited. Did you see Guardians of the Galaxy yet?
Yeah. Definitely.
I'm excited.
I've talked about it before, my reaction, but awesome.
I'm excited. I'm ready for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, especially since we have
Yeah.
rumors that Adam Warlock is going to be in there. They may reveal Star-Lord's father. Well, actually hints of Star-Lord's father in the next one. They may have. Hold on a second, actually. One second.
That's awesome. I just wanted to say about
I'm here. Okay, so did I cut you off? I'm sorry.
yeah, that's okay.
No, what do you want to say?
What up?
Oh, okay. So we may have Adam Warlock, we may have Angela, we may have different members of the Guardians of the Galaxy, classic members. So I'm excited about that. Then we go to Thor 3 Ragnarok, which is on July 20, 2017. Loki returns. I know you're happy about that.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Loki's back, possibly the Enchantress. Rumor is that either he dies or he's unworthy, and then the hammer goes to the female. Not really crazy about that idea, but we'll see how it happens. I think ultimately that the Civil War thing and the She-Thor thing and all that stuff will be the beginning of the end of Marvel starting to drop with the movies, but we will wait and see if that happens. So yeah, Loki, Thor, Enchantress, Asgard, craziness, exciting. Just have Loki in it again, right?
Yeah.
That's exciting. Anything you want to add to that, or
Just it's gonna be great to have Loki back.
Tom Hiddleston, baby? Yeah.
He's
Take
great.
people out. I know he is. He's awesome. He's going to be in the King Kong prequel. Can't wait to see him in that.
Huh.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. He's going to be in the King Kong prequel. That's going to be awesome. All right, so then we got Black Panther, which is November 3rd, 2017. And I am excited about that because that should have happened like years ago. Like really years ago. And, you know, they had rumors anywhere between Wesley Snipes being Black Panther to, like, I don't know, like all these different, it's crazy. But, you know, it's all about Prince T'Challa, you know, who he's the head of Wakanda. And, you know, he becomes, they have like the Panther gods, and he becomes like a superhero that is very well respected amongst the Avengers. I mean, he's big, you know, he's the head of his African nation, and he's, you know, he's really a strong superhero that, you know, I really loved reading the comics back in the day too. So I'm very excited about that. And he married Storm too, which is interesting. Black Panther in the comics. So that's pretty cool from the X-Men. All right, Captain Marvel, which was a surprise to me, July 6th, 2018. The only reason I think they did this, well, not the only reason. I mean, I know that Wonder Woman's going to have a movie, but they've been dying to have a female superhero movie. And Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers is going to be awesome. I think this is going to be an amazing movie. I think it's going to be a hit. You know, I'm not really sure who the villains are and what this thing's going to be about it, but very excited. Marvel has their first, you know, female superhero movie, so that should be interesting.
Yeah.
We have the, what's that? Girl power. Yeah, and they, you know what? Not for nothing, I have to say this. I got pissed off with DC's, the guy that did the Superman movies, comments bashing certain Marvel characters, and he bashed the She-Hulk. So just because of that, I think Marvel should give him the finger and make a She-Hulk movie. Of course, we have to have another Hulk movie first, but I think in Marvel Phase 4, She-Hulk, I vote for She-Hulk besides another Hulk movie, okay? So that's what I say. Because I bet you they can. All right, Inhumans is November 2nd, 2018. Not a lot of people know that the Inhumans have been around for a long time in the Marvel Universe. For some reason, I guess they never became as popular as we know, the Avengers and Fantastic Four and X-Men, and you know, it's been sort of like the groups like you hear, like the Invaders and the Defenders and the Inhumans. Okay, I mean, big things about the humans is that Crystal was married to Quicksilver and gave birth to Luna, and Luna is the granddaughter of Magneto, which if you know that, and they live on the moon. The queen is Medusa and the king is Black Bolt. Black Bolt is so powerful that if he speaks a word, he'll blow up a planet, which is interesting. They have an oversized dog that protects the kid, the young little kid. So it's like a family feel sense because they're superheroes, like a superhero family, like the Fantastic Four, but and they have their besides ruling, they have their own people and stuff like that, the Inhumans and the superheroes and stuff. Yeah, they're like superhero, they're all superheroes, so they all live on the moon and stuff. So it should be interesting. Now, the shocking thing is the Avengers. Now, Infinity War Part 1 and 2. Now, from this, I know that Joss Whedon had said that this wasn't going to be true, like months ago. But from what I gather, how this is going to unfold is that Thanos is going to get the Infinity Gauntlet. And in case you know, the Infinity Gauntlet is made up of 6 of the most powerful powerhouses in the universe, these gems, that you can take over the whole universe with it. There's a time travel gem. There's all kinds of different gems, a soul gem, everything. He is going to defeat the Avengers, I believe, at the end of Part 1. And he's going to take over everything. The way this ties in with this secret deal where Marvel Disney is trying to get Spider-Man to appear in their Disney movie and work out a deal with Sony. Spider-Man's a part of that. Everybody was a part of it. Fantastic Four, X-Men, Silver Surfer, all this stuff. Unfortunately, the rights are scattered all over the place. Their rights, with 20th Century Fox and Marvel and 20th Century Fox are enemies right now. Which, honestly, and I know some people were not going to be watching this, and I do hope that somebody from 20th Century Fox is watching this. Get rid of the egos, and I'll tell you why. Because you lost Star Wars, okay, which was your powerhouse, and you're losing little by little your main income, okay? Don't go to war with Marvel if you could help it, okay? I understand that Marvel was wrong, and Marvel sold you the rights to all these characters because they were about to go bankrupt, and then after that they made their money back, and then Disney bought them, and then they regretted selling the characters to you guys, like the Fantastic Four and the X-Men and all that stuff. But you guys are a bunch of jerks too because you wouldn't allow them to use the word mutant, which is a big part of the Marvel comic book universe, mutants. So I think that both Marvel and 20th Century Fox should just cut the crap, work out a deal, because the actors, you realize what would happen if they worked their differences out? If they worked their differences out, Hugh Jackman, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, who play Wolverine, Professor X, and Magneto, they friendly talk to Robert Downey Jr. and all of them. They want to fight each other, okay? Avengers versus X-Men. That would have been like Hugh Jackman's last movie as Wolverine. They were going to fight each other. They're like, we'll take you out. They all want it. The actors all want it, okay? That would have been like the last move of Marvel phase, okay? Put it out. Settle your differences. Bring all these actors together. Get the X-Men. Get the Fantastic Four in the Infinity War. And make it a true Marvel movie that's a true Infinity Gauntlet movie. Every single Marvel hero has to be involved in the Infinity Gauntlet. So settle your differences, make money, because the movie would make like billions of dollars. It wouldn't even make like $1 billion. It'd make like $2-3 billion. It would be the most highest rated money maker in history if they worked things out together and if they both made money from it. And I think that they should. I mean, I think Sony may have Spider-Man in the movie because it's better to partner up to be separate because sometimes you need friends. You know what I'm saying? And I think 20th Century Fox, with losing a lot of properties, I think that they should just, work out a deal with Marvel and stop being like a bunch of babies with egos. Because egos, in case anybody didn't know, even in the retail world, having an ego leads to bankruptcy. And it happened many, many a times because these head executives are such pig-headed idiots that they refuse to think, oh, let's make this our company 25% off and for a couple months. We don't want to lose money, but then they'll make the whole company go under. So, people just have egos, and egos get you nowhere. So I think that 20th Century Fox and Marvel and Disney and Sony should all just get themselves together and make this movie fantastic. And that's my ranting. I'm talking too much, Gloria. I apologize. And you're muted. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
That's okay. You had to get it out. Okay, so
I know. I had to get it out, man. Had to get it out. Where's Charlie? Charlie's busy, right?
he dropped out.
Oh, he dropped out. Okay. All right, so there you have
Oh,
it.
I
Yeah,
do
go.
one of the TV spots for Mockingjay Part 1.
Oh, yeah.
my God. It had PETA cry, a tear come. I'm like, oh.
You're excited about that, right?
And she's like, what have they done to you? And I'm like, oh, the feels.
Oh my God. There was another article about that. Let me look at that. What did I read here? So it was Divergent is getting sequels can be shot in 3D.
Wow, really cool.
Yeah.
I guess that means that they'll probably release it in X-Men or the big theaters.
Yeah. And also Batman's going to have 2 suits and 2 Batmobiles. Batman is going to have a kryptonite suit that he's going to kick Superman's ass. He's going to have a more powerful Batmobile. I guess the Batmobile is going to get wrecked. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. A kryptonite suit that shoots missiles. Interesting. He's going to be Iron Man, but Batman. Yeah, you know what it is? These guys, again, with the egos, they were both supposed to be released at the same time. DC pulled from it, so now you're going to have Iron Batman because he's going to shoot missiles from his thing. It's ridiculous, but okay.
You know what? They're all going with all the technology and stuff. They're like,
we don't need to have a Batman that shoots missiles from his friggin' suit. He's not Iron Man. Whatever.
Batman was good with just a regular suit. No.
Yeah. I know. Oh wait, yeah. This is the article. Could we have a 5th Hunger Games?
Oh, I know. I heard about the sequel. They're thinking about not a sequel, a spin-off, like kind of thing after. Like I guess I don't know if it's going to be like maybe they'll make it be about after.
I don't know. I didn't read the books, but
because afterwards, well, I won't
spoilers. Yeah, don't. We'll go into that.
It doesn't seem like it would be that there would be any plot, any kind of story they could make with it. So it's like whatever. I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, and then we'll do a review on the first Hunger Games because I got to get into it because you talk about it so much, and I'm like, why don't I just watch it already? So I'm gonna watch it. I promise, Gloria, and I promise Brian, I will watch the Leftovers.
Leftovers. I gotta even.
He's pissed. He's pissed at me. I didn't watch it. I don't want to watch it. I promise. Yeah. All right. Before I go, I'm just gonna say one more thing. Oh wait, somebody wants to come in. Hold on. We're just about to leave, and we got a ding. Like, can I come in? Like, absolutely. Absolutely, you go in. Sure. That's what we're gonna have. So, come on in, Adam. Get on up. All right, so, get on up. All right, Adam. Come on in, Adam.
Come on down.
The ultimate Whovian, Adam. There he is.
Adam.
Hello.
Hello, Adam. How are you? What's up?
Doing good. You all right?
Well, the tea.
I got a lot of coffee, man. I'm sorry. I cannot have your accent for anything. I'm not good at it. I just make fun of myself when I say it. I apologize. What's going on?
That's good, mate. How's you doing?
All right, man. I got my coffee. I'm about to start. Well, I have to go soon, so I have to start work soon. So, but you wanted to come in. What do you have to say about Marvel Phase 3?
Oh wow! I can't believe they're doing Civil War. I still can't get my head around who is and who isn't in Infinity War.
Right.
In the two Infinity War movies, like I know it's the main Avengers and all that.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna give you, Adam, a few minutes to talk. I'm just gonna mute because I don't know if you were watching the show, but we talked about the Marvel Phase 3. We talked about Hunger Games. We talked about the deal with 20th Century Fox and Sony and Marvel that they should make up and have every hero in the Infinity Gauntlet. And I was going to just drop the bombshell about new Harry Potter movies with the further adventures of Harry Potter, but we'll save that for, I know, Glory just got excited. Yeah! All right, but you go, J.K. Rowling. All right, but anyway, you could talk about Marvel Phase 3. You got the forum. Here you go.
oh wow. Well, I can't wait for the Phase 3 movies. They're going to be like epic and adventurous and different conflicts and different sides with Captain America and Iron Man. And there's going to be Doctor Strange, which I'm really looking forward to. Hopefully,
Me too.
Cumberbatch on Team Marvel.
Oh God, he is. He's signed, man. I thought he was signed already. He's signed, bro.
So I think news articles are just going around saying he's under negotiations, and
You
then
want to know
later
why
on
they
saying
do that?
he is.
Dude, months ago, they said Avengers was split into 2 movies, and Josh Whedon was pissed because they leaked it. So he's like, "Oh no, I don't know about that. What are you talking about?" It's like, but meanwhile, it was in the plan all along, and he's like, "I don't know what you're saying. I have amnesia." So it's like, they just don't want to say it because what's going to happen is, all of a sudden they announced it, and then Moffat's like, "Oh no, what am I going to do with Sherlock?" So it's like he's going to get harassed. We're like, "Oh, could you film this? Could you film that? Could you film this? Oh my God, you want to be in Star Trek 3? You want to be in Star Trek 8? Oh my God, could you do this? Could you do that?" So, one, of course, Doctor Strange will affect the schedule of Sherlock. Absolutely, because if they were going to film Sherlock in January, guess when they're going to film Doctor Strange? Probably in January. So, yeah.
Do you know what's happening with the filming of Ant-Man? What's happening with that?
It's almost done, man.
Oh, it's almost done.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting.
And you know what, too? And I hate to say this, but Marvel predicts it's going to be a bomb because they didn't even announce it in Ant-Man 2. They're assuming that it's going to be crap because I don't think they have any faith that it's going to have sequels. And if it did, it's not going to be part of any add-on, which they should. But I hope it's good. But again, I think because I could be wrong about that, but I think, they already had plans for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 before even the movie came out. So, I feel that there's no faith in Ant-Man right now, because I didn't see any Ant-Man 2 on the schedule there. So I don't know about that. You don't want to just do a movie and thinking it's going to be done. You want to make it so great and awesome that it can have sequels. That's a money-making thing today. And if you're not going to make no standalone single movie,
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. Where's Iron Man 4, man? What happened with that?
Yeah, but I don't know I'm a bit upset that they haven't announced anything with the Hulk or Black Widow, even though I know they've said that, it may be done, but
it's definitely going to be Phase 4.
Phase 4.
You're gonna have the Hulk. You're gonna have the Hulk. You're gonna have Black Widow. You're gonna have Iron Man 4, and you're gonna have crazy other movies that are just gonna be ridiculous. That you're not gonna believe that they're gonna do. Like maybe they'll do West Coast Avengers or something.
Doing this, so of course I think
maybe they'll do West Coast Avengers. Like they'll split the group and have Hawkeye and Mockingbird and Moon Knight and Tiger and all these all these different characters and Scarlet Witch and Vision and all that stuff. That'd be interesting. Or maybe they'll have an
female
X-Men versus
Captain
Avengers.
Marvel for the Captain Marvel movie. Or
That's a Carol Danvers. She has the bands, the quantum bands, or whatever the nega band. What are they? The nega bands or quantum bands? Quasar had that, and Captain Marvel had that, and she has it now, Captain Marvel. So yeah, it's gonna be like a space thing. I think. Well, mixture of space, mixture of Earth.
It was Lincoln.
I think so. I think that's gonna be great at Captain Marvel. I think. The only thing I'm worried about is Inhumans.
Watch it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried about because Inhumans never really took off in Marvel. They've been around, But it's like, oh, all right, there they are. It's it's like they haven't been like really, really huge, you know. So I'm kind of weird about that. I don't know how that's gonna be. But then again, I was weird about Guardians of the Galaxy, and then afterwards I saw it's gonna be great, and then you know,
Yeah.
because I don't know if the comedy thing was gonna work, and it did, so it was good.
What I think now they're going to do with Avengers: Age of Ultron is actually make I've always felt maybe Phase 2 was lacking in that sort of sense of actual villains. Like I know, like
Yeah, you need a
Ronan
powerful
was pretty
villain.
much a second to Thanos. That's ultimately what he was. He was a
That was
second.
great. Yeah, Thanos
Yeah.
is gonna. Oh my God, Thanos is gonna be friggin' ridiculous.
Yeah, and then you anticipate that, and you're like, oh my god, he means business, and he has it all, the gems. And when it was leaked, I saw someone film it from that montage. It was brilliant, and then Thanos, everyone just mental.
Right. I'm excited about that. I think I'm disappointed that there's no Hulk movie. I'm kind of hurt by it because I
Yeah, me
understand
too.
that I just think that give him a chance. And you know what, the whole thing too, forget about the damn origin. We did it already twice. If you're gonna have the Abomination, make him look like the Abomination. And the one thing that the Hulk has a problem with, and I feel that no one has ever fully addressed this, is that the Hulk doesn't have a big gallery of villains. And if he does have villains, he keeps getting stronger and stronger, and there's no threat that he's going to get defeated. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Superman syndrome. Like, nobody could hurt Superman. Nobody could defeat Superman except for Doomsday. You made him too damn powerful, and then he can never be beaten. You know what I'm saying? So, and you keep having to create villains and villains that are tough, but nobody was more powerful than Doomsday. So with the Hulk, it's like, who the hell do you have? I mean, you have the leader, you have the Abomination, you have different villains that they create, like Madcap and whatever. And it's just nobody has never really, the White Dingo, nobody ever really came close to being. He needs it. If I was writing the Hulk, I would immediately establish that and get him a whole bunch of recurring villains. Because I think you're only as strong as your villains. I think that Spider-Man, at one point in time, I could have named 120 Spider-Man villains. Easy. You need a huge gallery of villains to play with. Because even if you're going to make movies, too, it gets boring after a while if you don't have that many people, for him to face off against or stories. So I do feel that the Hulk in the comics, what they really should do is give him reoccurring villains. More brand new villains that are awesome, not just crappy villains. Spend time, think about it, and create good villains for the Hulk. I think he needs more villains.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
like
could you
villains
name
that
like
have
20?
motivation, like
Could you
something
name like
behind them.
15 or 20 Hulk villains? Not to put you on the spot. I'm not saying in general. I mean anybody. Could anybody really like think off the top of their head like 20 villains easy? For like, I mean, I can in 5 seconds I can name like all these Spider-Man villains, but like, really, is there really? Does he even have like 20? I mean, I know he probably has a lot of villains, but I mean, not really reoccurring. Like, we know Abomination. We know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's 20. I mean, come on, man, give him some villains.
What's the guy? I forgot his name in the Incredible Hulk that was going to turn into this big head. What was his name? I forgot.
Leader.
But that's it. That was it.
The leader, yeah.
They were going to have him in there. Well,
Yeah, I guess that's his main villain, and they don't even really utilize him at all lately. So I got you off topic. I know you wanted to talk about Phase 3, so go back and get away from the Hulk and talk about
Phase 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what. I saw loads of videos on it already. They seem really exciting, like exciting projects, like individual projects. You can tell that Marvel are capable with giving superheroes, these superheroes, like a moment in the spotlight. The Black Panther, Captain Marvel. I didn't expect at all. Like,
Me neither.
all. Like, that was really and the logo. It was quite. I'm interested in Thor 3 because supposedly they're going to bring in Loki.
Loki's definitely back. Definitely.
I don't know I don't think Odin will be back though.
Odin, Anthony Hopkins had said something snotty, and they don't like that. So I don't know if he'll be back. Like he went out there and says, "I don't need to come back," like, you know, or something stupid, and they're like, "All right, well, whatever." You know, just like what's his name came out and said something negative about the Red Skull, like the guy that was the Red Skull. You know, oh my God, Hugo Weaving, and that was the end of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think he's going to be back.
No,
but then anybody can play him, really. It's just. No, what did I say? Did I say Anthony? Who did I say for Thor? Did I say yeah, Anthony Hopkins, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. So I don't know. I do know that Loki's definitely in it, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, so. That's great.
What about Guardians of the Galaxy 2? You excited about that? Adam Warlock possibly? Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Talk for a few minutes, Adam.
Yeah, Adam Warlock. I not much about him, but I do know about the Peter Quill's dad. That would be so cool, and I'm interested to see what they may do with Baby Groot possibly being there and growing up. That'd be just like so cool to see. That I want to see like a proper Drax, and like, you know, him getting really angry over something, like someone like feels like they. I feel like maybe Drax betrayed them or something, or.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure. I always feel like Drax getting into a situation that.
That gets him in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, he already did that though in Guardians when he called Rowan on his phone.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's like, "Come down here, I'll kick you." You know, it's like what? Yeah. I don't think he'll do that no more. I don't see him doing that no more. I don't think he'll do that no more. I think that it's already established. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that the original, I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy comic was a whole different team that we've never seen in the movies. You know, and I'm hoping we get to see them from the comics in Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, I mean, we've seen Yondu.
I hope we get to see Howard the Duck. Oh, is that spoilers for?
Nah, that doesn't. Nobody cares about Howard the Duck, so who cares? You know, it's like.
Yeah, he may still be around. You know, there's like a little thing again.
Howard the Duck will not appear ever again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
They did that because that was the reason why Marvel never made movies.
Yeah.
That movie bombed. So that's why they threw that in there, you know. And that's George Lucas's biggest failure too. So, you know. Yeah. George Lucas, by the way, Howard the Duck. Thank you. It's like what? Yeah, exactly. That's what happens when we do Star Wars. It's like, oh no, no. That's crazy.
Leah Thompson was in that film, wasn't he? She from Back to the Future. Yeah.
Jeez, that's so long ago. Oh my God.
One of my dreams is to have another Back to the Future movie.
Oh God, you know how long I wanted 3 Back to the Future movies? 3, a whole new trilogy. Come on, man.
Yeah.
They even teased at it in Spin City when they did the little commercial and he's in the DeLorean and everything. And, you know, I know, me too. It's a shame, but it wouldn't work now because they would reboot it and I wouldn't be happy with it. So
yeah, I know. I wouldn't.
Leave it done. I'm just
same with, I think same with Indiana Jones.
I'm concerned if they make a hoverboard so I can buy it in 2015 and I can go flying around all over the place. That's what I really want.
Yeah.
I want a hoverboard. You'll see Matrix Lord on a hoverboard.
Haven't Nike done the trainers though? Marty's shoelace trailers.
I'll buy that eventually, I think.
The shoes as well.
I really want the hoverboard. I don't care about the shoes. I don't care about the
shoes. I love the shoes, man. That was so awesome.
Shoes.
I want a hoverboard. I don't care about anything else.
I want that. They actually have those hats. I want one.
I know.
So bad. The hat that he wore in the second one. Oh.
Yeah, I can get one. I can get one, Gloria.
You do?
Maybe I'll get that for you for Christmas.
Like, I love that. I mean, Jeanette McCurdy from iCarly, she got one, and she.
Oh yeah.
She's a fan of Back to the Future also, and she got one and showed it in with the Twitter picture, and I freaked out. I was like, oh cool. They actually exist.
All right.
I'm so happy it's 30 years next year. That'd be so cool.
I still got to play the Back to the Future game.
It's Ghostbusters 30th this week. That's cool.
I saw that in the theaters when they re-released it a couple months ago. That was awesome to see. It's awesome to take the. I keep saying kids, they're not kids. They're like 16 and 14. But my teenage boys, there, we went to see Ghostbusters in theaters a couple months ago, and yeah, it was fun to see that with them and share that. And yeah, Back to the Future, I want to take them to the movies to see that when they release that too, re-release it. So, all right,
Yeah,
gang,
I hope they release it again.
I have to go, unfortunately, but we will do podcasts tonight. And Adam, I will try to get you in the morning to do podcasts with you. And the morning
All right,
people
then.
too. So thank you so much, everybody, and take care. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.